Well, up is the way to go. I'll advise you to also be patient because we are in a range. It's pretty much simple in this case. Wait for price to break out of 200530.952, then catch it on the pullback by switching to the lower time frames like the 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or 1 hour time frame. Look for your confirmation on those time frames, then catch your buy. Welcome back, guys. You can see how price broke above, and if you switch to the 15 minutes time frame, you probably would have caught this when price broke above, closed above, then came back with this next candlestick with a wick, right, and gave that rejection before flying to the upside. So what should we be expecting going into next week, right now that price has broken out of the upper level on gold? Now, and the impulsive move is so much, but on this 4 hour time frame, I'd like to see price, if you're not already in this trade actually, so I'd like to see price pull back into this 2530.952 area before taking off. Will that happen? The chances of that happening is very, very slim because it's a long way down, but that's what makes sense right now, because remember, we're trading at an all-time high. Let me go to the 30 minutes and see maybe there are other levels price may come into. I think that 4 hour time frame level is the best place. So let's see if price comes to an impulsive move down, then we are going to be buying from 2530.952. That's the only thing I can see for now. The next on my list is USD JPY. So going into next week, what should I be expecting? Now, if we get I'm still super bearish actually. So if we get an initial pullback into this area, I'll be looking for sells from this region here, which is between 144.236 and 143.703. So I'll be looking for if I see a pullback, then that would be a good place to sell. This is where you should be looking for sells. Then our next target will be 140.000. Welcome back, guys. You can see how price pulled back into the 143.703 area and sold off. We are yet to come to our final target, which is 140.000. If you've been watching all my previous weekly videos, you know that 140.000 has always been my bearish target ever since. So for now, I think that's the only thing I see. If you took advantage of this trade from last week, this is where I think price is still coming into. All right, 140.000. But if you're not already in this trade, let me look for an area where price may come into before selling off again. I think I can see here and here. Okay, so let's see what price does between here and here, which is between 141.376 and 141.071. So let's see if price can tap into that zone, then give you your bearish confirmation. I don't know what your confirmation may be, but when you look for your confirmation within these two zones, then we want to sell into 140.000. If price breaks above it, then we are going for a deeper retracement, but this is the only retracement I can see for now. So USD JPY next week, I remain bearish. The next on my list is EURJPY. I think from here, price may stall for a little bit on EURJPY. Maybe stop for a little bit before we continue lower. All right. Welcome back, guys. So for a long time, I actually predicted this drop on EURJPY to the downside here, which is 154.920, and price looks set to be heading that way. So I talked about how I used this trade last week to pass my account. I talked about how I'm going to be taking profits here. You can go watch last week's video to confirm that. And price is still heading into our zone here, so which is 154.920. Let's go to a much lower time frame just in case you are not in this trade yet. I really don't see anything that makes sense right now, guys. So I said you took advantage of this last week. You just have to wait until price comes here, or wait until price creates a new level that we can work with around here. All right. So if I go to the 4-hour time frame, like I said, there's nothing interesting. So yep, going into next week, I still want to see price come into 154.920. So that is that on EURJPY. The next on my list is DXY. DXY is still in a range, so I don't have much to say about. Previously, you always know that I've always mentioned that I will be selling below 101.261 and I'll be buying above 101.657, right? So I still stick with that. But for now, with this impulsive move to the downside, first of all, let's even look at the weekly time frame. Okay, on the weekly, I think price is still coming into 99.896 eventually. I don't know how soon that's going to happen, but that's what I'd like to see happen. So let's go back to the 4-hour time frame. So I still remain bearish, at least, even though we are ranging, but I'm more bearish than bullish going into next week. Let's do this. Okay, I think I'm just going to put a level here. I'll put a zone around here. So I'd like to see DXY pull back into either of these zone, this 101.285 level and 101.386 level. All right, so I'd like to see price pull back into that level before selling off. Our target remains 100.519. If we even look carefully, I think we have a fib level around there, which is the 0.5 fib level. So let's see if price pulls back into that zone and gives us a bearish confirmation to sell into 105.19. All right, so that's that on DXY. The next on my list is GBP USD. If you're already in a sell, then this should be a good target, which is 1.29856. Welcome back, guys. So last week, as you can see, price played out perfectly, though we didn't come into that target, that exact target, but we came this close, right? We came this close and price took off, right? And looking at DXY, if we're going to be bearish on DXY, remember, based on my analysis on DXY, I said I want to see an initial bullish move before we now go bearish, right? So which means on GBP, I would like to see a bearish move before we now go bullish. So the zone I'll be looking out for on GBP USD will be around here, all right, which is between here and here, and that will be between 1.31030 and 1.30882. Sorry, all right. I would like to see price come into that region. Where is my that's come into that region before taking off, maybe with this trend line above being our initial target. All right, so that's what I'd like to see. This is the 4-hour time frame, by the way. But if price breaks below this 1.3882 region, if price breaks below it, guys, I'm not going to be selling all the way down here, but I'll wait for a pullback. Remember, all these pullbacks, you take advantage of them on the 15 minutes time frame or 30 minutes time frame, right? Then I'll wait for the pullback. Then I will sell into this zone. Remember, on the 15 minutes time frame, this will be at least a reasonable move to the downside, right? But I will still be bullish either from here. All right, so it's either I'm buying from here or I'm buying from 1.3018. All right, so that's what I'll be looking out for on GBP USD. Then the last on my list is EURUSD. EURUSD, I've deleted all the zones from last week. It is still in a range. Remember, if you watch my previous video, I wanted to see a breakout either above or below, but we are still ranging. And while we are ranging, I can see this trend line being tested multiple times. The trend line above is the one I'm talking about, and then the trend line below has also been tested 1, 2, and then the third time here. So just like DXY, remember, I'm expecting a bullish to bearish scenario. So on EURUSD, I'll be expecting a bearish to bullish scenario. So if price continues lower, I'd like to see price come into this area here. Let me put a line there for easier identification around here and here, which is 1.10516 and 1.1045. So I'd like to see price pull back into those zones, which is between 0.5 and 0.6 fib level, before we take off. All right, my target remains 1.11986. all right, and if we break below, then I would like to see price, just like what I did on GBP USD, retest this level, something like this, break below, then catch it on the much lower time frame, then it will be a short move to the downside, because going into next week I'll be more bullish than bearish. Although price is ranging at the moment, so there's nothing certain there. At least you need to have a purpose and what you're looking out for. And for now, this is what I'm looking out for on Euro USD. So that is it for this week, guys. If you made it this far and you're yet to like this video, please do so. Leave us a fire emoji and also leave your opinion in the comment section down below, constructively though. And of course, if you want to learn how to do all of these things and to be able to execute trades, you know what to do. Visit letstrade10x.com and enroll in any of our mentorship programs to be able to do all of this. So I wish you a successful trading week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.